And like, well, no need to repeat all my comments, but it was just like tiny. Oh, there's Yella. Good morning.
Morning.
The basically my only misgiving is that magnetic thing.
Yes, we have to test it. I
It kind of goes against my principle. Yeah. Oh yeah, for testing that's great, but it's simpler is gooder.
Yes.
So and I know the idea clicking it together is really simple, but the actual pogo pins themselves are not. So,
yeah, but I have very good experience.
I like copper.
Like I said, very good experience with the. Sorry. I have very good experience with the MacBooks. I mean, I've been using them, and they have been so solid in connection. And even if the connection get disconnected, it's okay because it just doesn't charge wireless. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
If it shorts out, it's a problem.
My only thing is that, it's the mating surface is flat, and in a regular connector, the mating surface goes like this, and will wipe a lot of the oxide off of the metal surface. And at the voltages we're dealing with, it's not like we're 120 or 240. At those voltages, at 3.3 volts, or 5 volts, doesn't take much oxide to impede the current, and that's what my big thing. The other one is it's if you've got a leaf basically applying pressure, you also have a fairly gas tight connection. Like there's going to be parts of that mating surface that are not going to be exposed to oxygen. So
let's see how that works out. I mean, just testing it. It's only on one version of the board. The other one still has the connector on
internet.
So it should be okay.
Okay, great.
And the moment they come in, I send one to you and one to Yella and one to Michael, so you can test them.
Oh, absolutely. So I've got my S3 SEs.
Okay.
Yeah, it came in this week. So
good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yellow's
still working on it.
Still working.
I was working on it this morning. Yes.
Okay, great.
To migrate to the unified library.
Yeah.
I think it will work out.
I don't know if you noticed that it has tiny little holes at the bottom. For the microphones.
2 microphones in the front. Yes, I was wondering too about the touch panel, if that works next to it still, and I have no idea.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Because on the Core 2, the touch panel extends a bit under the screen, right?
Yes.
I'm not sure if it is on the S3 SE as well. I think on the S3 it's not. But on the S3 SE, I think I read somewhere that they extended the touch area again because it didn't have the camera on that device. So, but I can't find it anymore. So I might have to look for it.
I just
or just test it.
Just try it. That's the easy
Yeah, just try it. Exactly. Yeah. Although I can't try it yet. I haven't had a response yet from my local reseller.
Okay.
I guess I could order it from Singapore, but
no, but
I don't know. I'll just wait. I'll let you guys test it, and then
yeah.
If you could work on the code, that will be great. I already think you were working on it, because that saves another it shaves a little bit of the money and about the work for me to make them.
Yep.
Because I don't have to take the back part off, and that saves time. Also, shipping is easier and
less waste.
Yeah. Would it be helpful if I've just tried a little test routine to see where the sensitivity is?
Yes, that's a very good. If you want to do that, that's great.
Good idea. Yeah.
So we know beforehand that's what's going on.
I think there are a few examples in the unified library. So you can just start like a new project. Just get the library and then check the lib dependencies. Let's see. Oh, this is the wrong code.
Yeah, sorry,
Unified
the
examples.
platform Indie. I thought I had it, but I threw it out when I was testing it. It would have been easier for you.
Okay, yeah, I'll just create a new platform IO project and play around with that, just to see what the response is. Oh, and Yella, if you could just post the name of that library. You say you found a third-party library that uses the buttons a little bit more effectively.
Yeah. I'll put it in the channel right now.
Sure.
By the way, Yella, you're recording?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm not.
No, Rob, when I signed in, yours, I saw this meeting is being recorded, so it must have been Rob's end.
I prefer both because
Both?
Yes,
Oh,
I see.
okay, yeah.
I'm now.
Okay, yeah, you should be okay. From now on, at least.
Yeah, I'm now recording. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the belt and suspenders approach.
Yeah. Do we know if Michael is coming still, or
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
All right, I sent the link, or well, not a link, just the two that you have to configure, and then like in the lib dependencies, you can find all kinds of examples.
Okay, great.
That's easier for you.
Yeah, I'm also working on that. I was working on it this morning, just to get the code running again. But just a bunch of find and replace and well, basically that, and then like fixing errors or trying this library, what was it, the GOP unified button. Although I have to leave in like, I don't know, after this meeting I'll be going to my mom for a barbecue. So
that's nice.
Well, sounds like.
But next week,
nice.
I got a bunch of free time this next month. So I'll be working a bunch on Safecast and some other projects. So
also, if you could look into the BLE connection to the Zen, because I tried a few times today to get the BLE connection going, couldn't find it. I couldn't find the BLE transmitting.
okay, which app did you use?
I used the Android from Whiskas, from what's his name? It's the Safecast Drive. Hold on a second.
Okay. Yeah, so the Safecast app then.
Yeah, the Safecast. And it couldn't find it. You have instruments, and then the instruments can find the BLE if it's on, and the blue LED was blinking from the cast. From the cast, it was blinking and just pick up, but I don't see it anymore. I'm not sure if it's a device.
It could be the Safecast Drive app, maybe. But you can try with the NRF Connect app, which is the Nordic. I can't. I sent the link, I think.
Yes,
maybe
it will be good, because then I can test it. That's wonderful.
Nordic Semiconductor, yeah.
And I sent emails to the maker of the app to ask if he can update it, because the maps don't work on the app too.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
But
yes,
at
I
least
think
in this app, it did show up. But I can't test it on the SafeHouse drive. So
okay, I will check that. That's good. And it shows up, and you can get data coming in.
yeah, you can read the specific line. So I think it's the RX, like some characteristic that is the RX, and then you can see like segmented pieces. Although you can only send 16 bits at the same time, so the whole data line is like cut up. So you only see the last part in the app itself. I think there is some logging available as well, so we can. I don't know. I basically used this in 2019 for the cast as well, to get that working at first, and then also with the app, and it did work in the app, and it did have the same things going on in the in this app. So yeah, so I would assume it worked, but I guess it doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe it's the app, or it's maybe the tablet, or I don't know. I have to find out myself. I will install the app and see if that works. If that works, at least the data is coming in. That's all what we need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, tomorrow come out send 4 more cast. People are catching up on them. So that's good.
That's nice.
Yeah, and kits they want the kit not pre-built. They want to have a kit so they can solder them themselves. So.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is an experience to do it like with the little board and the small pins.
Yeah. Those 2mm connectors are not easy.
Yeah. Well, good luck to them.
We don't hear you. We don't hear you.
I just unmuted myself because I was drinking tea. Nobody needs to hear me slurp. Is the Android app still available, or is there like the APK package for it?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it, and I have it on an old machine, so we have to look for it. And
I did send a link, but it only works on older Androids, so I can't install it on my phone.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, forget that then. I was just out of curiosity.
I mean, you can try, but like it doesn't support the newer Androids, so that's.
Till what version? Do you know? Maybe that's the whole issue with mine.
Maybe like 8 or 9.
I think 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
On this probably 9. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, forget about that then.
That's okay.
It would also be nice if we can get the kind of stream going into the application that I was using for the making layers on the map. That would be great too if we could get that. I don't know how to do that. I have to think about it. It's called Q. I forgot the name. It's the app that Louis
on a desktop.
Yeah, desktop one.
With the map.
You suggested that it's a wonderful app.
Are you talking?
Amazing.
Are you talking about QGIS?
Yeah, QGIS. Yes, that's him.
Yeah, QGIS actually started. I started putting some screenshots up in the manual at the bottom in the appendix. And I was just going to add some text and explanations. But actually, well, if you have a look at the screenshots, it's pretty it's very straightforward. Just
does it have a Bluetooth connection that you can connect to a Bluetooth device and like stream data from there?
Oh, I have no idea. It's more of a desktop app where you just sort of connect to
the desktop you sometimes have Bluetooth. So.
Yeah, maybe there's a Bluetooth connection you can get to it, and it makes it directly showing on the map. That will be a very useful application too. There's also an Yellow walked out.
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I was just closing the curtain a bit.
There was
I saw myself as a bright light, so
you're bright anyway, so
thanks.
And there's a person who wants to make an how do you say that, a web server. In the web server, want to make like a graphics, so you can see a graph if you
I just lost
Wi-Fi mode.
internet.
So he was interested in. I said, yeah, look at the code and you can see what we're doing. And if you really think it's possible, and go ahead. But let's see how he comes back on it.
On the Zen itself.
Zen itself, so you can see directly on the web server
The graph.
going on the graph.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it should be possible.
I think so, theoretically, but I'm not sure if it's powerful enough to keep all the graph making on it.
Well, it's mostly like the data. I think it should be quite easy. It just depends on how fast we can like read, for example, a log from the SD card, and to send it over the Wi-Fi to the browser which connect to it, and then the browser can basically parse all the lines and like use some JavaScript library to make graphs. I think that's quite doable.
Okay, so let's see if he comes back on it, and maybe he just had an idea and he doesn't have time. So
well, we kind of need to have some way to read the SD card anyway, in the sense that my plan to have the log sent to the API will be kind of similar, because, well, some logs are very long, maybe thousands of lines.
Yes.
So my plan was to like open a stream to read the log, and while reading, write it over the client to the server. But for the web server, we can do kind of the same thing, which is, well, if the request comes in, we open the log and then we stream everything back as the response. So it's a similar way of doing things, but I'm not sure how it would work. And if it's efficient enough to have it done within a few seconds.
Yes.
It will take a few seconds maybe. So we can try it.
Right.
We'll have to do it anyway because, well, we want. I really want to do like the uploading log to API. That would be amazing.
Yes, I think so. Talking about the graph making of Grafana, that is in a moment it's a big hassle. But I'm talking with Elastic, and they're trying to restore the old instance on AWS because they deleted it, and we have an S3 backup format, and they deleted it because it was a free account. We used it already for 2 years for Matt his account, and
right.
I hope we can restore it, and maybe we have to pay for it, but I don't know how flexible they are. From Elastic. Yeah, it's a business.
It's a business, yes, and well, they tend to delete things, but not always.
No, because they seem to be an interesting company because, for example, Matt could work 1 day in a month for Safecast. That would be paid by Elastic as their part of their CSR. They could promote that. So like one of our clients, one of our employees is volunteering work, and we're sponsoring that. Well, I don't know. They seem to be, it's a half Dutch, half American company. So you never know.
Yeah, I've heard about it. Oh, maybe I can go work there and get it
you
back.
Want it? You want it?
I can try. I don't know.
If you like it. I mean, there are a lot of challenges there, so you can try. But first talk with Matt. I think he's been working there. But Matt came in.
I think I'm good. I'll go somewhere else.
Okay, good.
I don't like the too big cover companies.
Yes, I think so. It's not. I could imagine that. Yeah. And also, Matt came into the company at a very good time. They just were starting off, and when he left, he got paid half in shares and half in his money, and shares went way up. So he was very happy with the money coming in.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Good.
Well, that whole map and infrastructure thing, that kind of intrigues me because well, with the local project I'm trying to do is, I'm just very informal at the moment, just talking to people, but the idea is to put fixed sensors around the 2 nuclear plants in the region. Just recently, another group is looking at air quality, just because I'm going, so I mentioned the air notes to them, and they're pretty excited about that. But
good.
all of that, it really depends on being able to see right away what's going on.
Yes,
and if the
very
map,
important.
if the map is not updated, or there's no way of seeing, let's say, the time history of a particular sensor, then it's really hard for me. It's a hard sell, because it's like, hey, we're collecting data. Oh, that's nice. Can we see? No, you can't. Or you have to use Grafana, which, I'm sorry, as you mentioned, Grafana just doesn't cut it. And I mentioned Grafana to a friend of mine, and he says, oh yeah, I've worked with it, and it's just a pain.
No,
So
it's basically not a pain if it works correctly.
if it works correctly.
The middle layer is an issue. The search in a Postgres takes very long time. But with Elasticsearch, it's amazing fast. That's usable.
Okay.
Without Elasticsearch, it's not usable. I've tried it. It's really,
So,
he's right. It's a pain if you don't use Elasticsearch.
So what, okay, so yeah, so this is all new to me, because I mean, I've used PostgreSQL, which is the database underneath PostGIS, and it's fast. I mean, that's not a problem there, especially if you know where the search is coming from. You can actually create a view, which is a temporary table that is, very fast. So, so I'm not too sure where
has been
the
using,
bottleneck is.
Matt has been testing a lot of things together with Kibana and Grafana, and Kibana is faster, but it's still not fast enough. But with Elasticsearch between, it's workable. It's very nice. I mean, I've been very happy with Grafana, the way it works.
Yeah.
And it's easy to modify for me, so I can make an easy another graph and another thing. So if you can find a better way, yeah, great. always want to hear better ways. And I thought,
well, I'm always impressed.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm always impressed with the actual Safecast map, right? That's when, like you go to the safecast.org site, and there it is, like the Fukushima area, and then you can scroll around, and I can find my own drives around, around my area.
That's an amazing thing, but the only big problem is that it's depending on the licensing from Apple. It's an Apple app running inside, and that's doing most of the work. And we don't have a license anymore for it because we cannot reach Nick. And Nick, it's a personal license from Nick where it is on. It's using GeigerBot for it. And that's a problem at the moment. If we can get a license for that, great. We can rebuild the map again. But at the moment, it's completely out. I tried many ways. I've been months trying to reach Nick, and I don't know why, but what happened to him. In many ways I tried.
And the new license, is that a hassle as well, or is it like...
We cannot get permission to get a license because it's on his name. He needs to agree.
Oh.
Right, and just to put it on like Safecast name, like get a whole new license, is that...
First we still need the permission from the owner of the app.
Okay, oh, so it's his app. Yes, okay, I see.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
His app. And that's the way he came to Safecast too, because the app he already had, and Sean found him, and the app was great. And then he made a map out of it. But it's the core, and this is at least as far as I understand. If I'm wrong, it could be. I mean, but that's the understanding at the moment. We tried it on different machines to run it, and it doesn't run. I mean, 3 or 4 people tried it.
Okay.
Cannot get it to work.
Wild.
So in other words, you'd have to rebuild from scratch.
Yes, that's where Stephen is working on. Stephen Thiel, he is a software developer, and he was trying to help. And also Pavlo is trying to figure out what's going on and trying to find another way. If we have something similar like what they have for Ukraine on the I don't know what, I forgot the name of the server they're running, but the map is quite good for them. Very detailed and very nice. But
So also with radiation.
yes, radiation and air quality. They both. Like. But Louis, for the air node, you can get the map from Blues. That's up to date. That's real-time data.
Oh, right.
I can give you a link if you want to. They have a whole Earth.
Yeah, please.
Then you see the sensors. You zoom in, you can get to the sensors.
Okay, great.
And
okay, so I'm just gonna.
And also, if you really want to, you should talk to Ray about getting RAD nodes too. Because the RAD nodes and the air nodes together, that will be great for those plants, for those nukes. And they, both the air nodes and the RAD node don't require a fixed connection. They're all wireless.
Right. The through the telephone network.
Yeah. Only problem I have with the RAD node, it's basically sent up every hour or something like that. And I don't consider that real time. But that's up to me. I like to know every at least 5 seconds. But that's much constraint on many things. But the thing is that if something happens, you want to know directly. If an alarm goes off, go. And I was, sorry, I'm getting rolling.
That's fine. That's great. Carry on. Yeah.
On the,
by the way,
there is an called Edge Impulse. It's on ESP32, and you can run machine language, and so you can train what's normal. I've seen that. Training what's normal, and if it's abnormal thing going, alert coming. And it doesn't matter where you place it. So it figures out after a learning time that this is normal, and if something different, it goes. If it stays a long time that way, for example, if it's constantly, it changes again. It learns by itself.
Yeah, I looked at it. I'm not sure if we can integrate it in.
Yeah, I think so too. But
Zen,
I'm talking with the people from Edge Impulse and to see if we can get something going from them. I was very impressed by Blues. They had an example with a fan on it. On I think it's a SMT32. It's similar like the ESP. But what they did is they had a fan and they made a normal that it's running at slow speed. If you speed it up, it said directly it's abnormal. And then the fastest, the slow speed becomes a normal again. And then if it changes again, it shows that. It was not that complex if I saw them, what they did.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at the GitHub that you sent. I didn't really fully explore it yet, but I'm not sure. Like I was thinking, what if it literally starts out abnormal, like Geiger counter isn't working, or like the API never responds, so it's always it's just normal. We're just running, and then oh no, it's working again. Well, okay, it would be nice if it starts working, but if I don't know, we kind of have the status codes and we have our alert level,
True.
threshold.
Yes.
So I'm not too sure how much this would add. But it is an interesting thing to maybe add into the sensor reporter library. I was thinking about like what the workers still have data, and you can like compare the data like as a bytes or whatever it is, and then see how it changes and learn based on what changes all the time and what doesn't change, and maybe something else changes, and then you can say like, oh, this is interesting data. You can know like some kind of alert level.
Well, I would think it would be helpful for GPS in case of spoofing.
Yeah, something like
That-
that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
very good
so
one.
basically the normal is you're driving along or you're in a fixed location, all of a sudden there's a jump or even the signal strength changes, because that would be another clue. That all of a sudden, because it would be very hard for the jammer to exactly match the signal level, and you can get a lot of information out of the receiver about the incoming signal level as well as the signal phase. So
we already have
So-
some spoofing protection that I built in also for the
Yep.
cast. It just checks like the distance traveled between two, like the
Yeah.
previous measurement, and then if it's more than XYZ kilometers, I don't know how much it is exactly, but then it will just say this is not a valid reading because it's like 20 kilometers in 5 seconds. That's wild. No, we'll just skip that one.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep.
That's good. At least we have that already built in.
Yeah.
It's called.
It helps. It helps for the cast. We sometimes had, I don't know, like some wild measurements all over the place. I still don't know how they got there. Maybe some spoofing, maybe some GPS error,
Maybe
or
some reflection error or something like that. So two things coming at the same time, and it says, "Oh, I don't know what to do."
yeah, and then we just build in that those are ignored. Well,
Okay.
we'll just lose one measurement, but it didn't have valid GPS anyway. So
yeah, that's fine. One is okay. Then it should be okay.
Yeah.
So talking about GPS, and I noticed still on my one of my devices, I cannot get the satellites to show in the view. In the satellite view. On another one, the standard one is fine, but I think I modified something with the satellites. It shows a lot more satellites, but it doesn't show it on the satellite view.
Right.
I think it has to do with
if you use Michael's app or program, it doesn't show it either.
I think this is a kind of I'd say constellation. I got changed to go to Beijing, the Chinese constellation.
Beidou.
And if something in Beidou, then it doesn't show. That could be. I have to check a little bit more, but I just was wondering today too when I was checking. Said it still doesn't show. And another device that's a standard one that shows less satellites, but it shows the graph nicely, or the display is nice.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't match up. Like it says 9 satellites and you only see 8 in the constellation. So I'm not sure. Well, the 9 comes from the NavSat, no, NavPVT, and then the constellation comes from the NavSat packages.
Yeah.
So it's a different package. So it could be like, it's also not like sync, like doesn't come in every second. Like the constellation updates every 10 seconds or 5 seconds. So it's not completely in sync, but well, I don't know. Maybe it should.
Okay, but to reset it, that's the app from Michael works to get it in originally mode again. Do you know that?
Oh, I see. Okay, to reset the actual
whole,
right
The
what
whole
it's looking for.
like okay. I'm not sure. I think you should be able to do that in Michael's program.
I will check that. then I just want to be sure that it's the same.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to have the satellite view with a little menu
Yes,
where you can at least say reset to factory settings or something.
something like that. Together with the cold boot, something like that. The cold boot and then another.
I think, yeah, we now have a cold boot and reconnect.
Reconnect, yeah.
Yeah.
Those can be two options in the menu.
Okay. By the way, we are just, I think, 1 more minute away before we can.
One more minute. I see it.
We have other things to
Yep.
do? Or-
Yes. So I'm going to be a little bit busy coming up with some infrastructure issues with the local Green Party servers, and also I know a few friends who are helping run that thing, so I'm just going to jump in and help them for a few minutes, well, or days or whatever it takes.
If
Alright.
we can, if you need my help, I can help out if you want to.
Yeah, it's all PHP. It's like crazy stuff.
Okay.
Funny. Old style.
Oh, yeah, those
Old school.
oh, it's that thing. I mean that. Well, anyway, we'll see how it works out.
Good.
Right.
And I'll be busy tomorrow with sending out the new batch of Zens, and the cars they go out tomorrow.
Very
Okay,
cool.
awesome.
All
Bye,
right.
everyone.